Hello there. Today we're gonna do something that I've been really dreading. We are gonna build a house in Sims 4 with no mods, no move objects, and no debug. And I am so scared because it's been a long time since I've built without any mods and no move objects and no debug, okay? It's been a long while and I probably don't even know how to build a house in the plain vanilla way. This is a bad idea, but I'm here for it. I'm ready. Not really ready, but let's start this build, shall we? Or we freaking shall. And by the way, people, just a quick side note. From the 19th of June to the 10th of July, The Sims 4 is having a summer sale, just so you know, so you don't forget, because the discounts are gonna be up to 60% on some selected packs, and Business and Hobbies is also going on sale for the first time. So if you've been wanting to buy a pack, this is the time, people. Save your money, get your packs. And if you want to, you can use my creator code, JustNora, and I will get 5% of your commission, or 7%. Now I don't remember, it's kind of awkward. But anyways, if you want the 7% of the money to go to me rather than EA, then use my code. I'm not going to get in trouble for saying that. I don't think so. But anyways, side note over. Let's start this build, shall we? Or we freaking shall. I'm gonna get an angry email, I tell ya. Alright, so here I am on my lot. And as you can see, I have no mods on. And oh my gosh, I'm so scared. Because what if this is truly ugly? What if I'm gonna let myself down? I am gonna let myself down. But anyways, let's make this house. And I mean, what are we gonna make today? I don't know. But let's start off with that. And then, ooh, okay, I know what we can do. We just take this out a little bit. And then we just pull up on another shape right there. Just kind of like so. Because I saw a house, a real life house online. That was kind of like this. I don't know how to explain it. I'm bad at explaining, but I'm gonna make it for you. And then you shall see what it is. If I just go like so. No, like so. And then this is the actual house. And this part is like... the underground and the parts. You shall see. I'm gonna show you, I promise you. And then we're gonna have a little part right here too. That's gonna be the actual house. Okay, if we just get in some random wallpaper, like this one, beautiful. And this part is gonna be something else. And then we're just gonna have a staircase up there. Boom, boom. Does that make any sense to you guys? What I'm trying to make? Like this is kind of like the first floor, and this is the second floor. Kind of like my house. Where the first floor and the second floor is on the first floor. Yeah, that makes no sense. And then in the back here, what if this part has a little overhang? I'm gonna make a magical house, and then we shall have some columns under there to support it all. I think that could be kind of cool. But for this house, I want it to be, you know, a house in the woods in the middle of nowhere, because there's a woman who lives alone in this house. But you know, this woman is not totally alone. She got some friends that are coming over here and there. But all in all, she likes to be alone. She doesn't want to live with people, but she likes people, but not all the time, you know. A little bit of a social hermit. Social hermit. I don't know if that's a real sentence. Alright, that sort of vibe. The woman in the woods. TM. I think that's the vibe that I'm going for today. Not quite sure, but I think that's the way we're going. Alright, let's get in the real wallpaper this time. What am I gonna go for? I mean, it would be kind of cool with something like so. Hey ho. And then this part, that can be, what shall it be? This one in another color, like so. Kind of cool. And then we're gonna hide that up with some vines and stuff to make it more nature-like. Yes, we're not gonna do any terraining today. Maybe a little bit, but not a lot, because I'm scared. Right, let's get in the staircase as well. And how is that gonna be? Ooh, okay. What if we delete a little part of that, like so, and then the staircase just goes its own way? Like that. Could be cool. I promise you, it could be cool. Do not click out of the video. Not yet. And then we need some floorings. Boom, shabalam. That was not supposed to be on there. There's gonna be a roof on there. It's gonna be this sort of roof. And bam. And the other roof, that's gonna be something like so. And the other way too. Boom, boom. And then we're gonna make it a little bit more magical with this one. Oh, magical. Make some shapes too. You can go out a little bit and then down a little bit maybe. And do the same for this shenanigan roof. Oh my gosh, I popped off. Yeah, something like so. And what are we gonna do for the roof trims? Maybe the grass. How about that? That kind of matches actually. I'm gonna go for that. Alright, and what about the windows? What do we feel about the windows today? Maybe Cottage Living? That could be great for the windows. Ooh, oh my gosh, I'm not used to this. But we can go something like that for that window. And then have a window there maybe. And what about a teeny tiny window right there? It'd be cool. Or it could also be very ugly. But I mean, it's gonna be ugly. We're not gonna kid ourselves here. It's gonna be ugly. Yeah, what about the railings for the staircase? That's a little bit too much, isn't it? But the entire staircase. How about this one? Ah, sure, okay. I'm gonna take it. Then for the door, we can go with this one. Magical door. Maybe have it around there. And then we can plop in a window right there. Something. Yeah. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do the exterior and the landscaping in the end. Because that's what I'm most scared for. It's the landscaping and the exterior. The exterior details. So I'm gonna do that in the end. Because maybe I will have some more confidence by then. Who knows? But that's what I'm hoping for. So this is just the sketch of it. The sketch of what we're trying to do. Hopefully hopefully you will see what I'm kind of going for here. Just imagine this with lots of vines and plants and stuff. Just imagine that. It's a magical place. Well, let's begin with the inside. Oh, and that took a video. Darn it. Go away. But alright, let's do the layout. And oh my. So first of all, where is the staircase gonna be? Because we have a door right there. And where would it make sense for the staircase to be? I mean, maybe right there could be a good spot for it. Let me see. It could be like so. But that's gonna be a teeny tiny space right there. So I think, what if you do the staircase like that? I think I'm gonna go like that. Because if you go like so, then we have that awkward space right there. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go like so. Nope, not like that. Deeply like that. Good. And then we're gonna have a wall right here. And that's gonna be the entryway. And over here, that could be the living room, I think. Oh, this is so weird because this is technically the second floor, but it is the first floor. And the first floor is smaller than the second floor. Okay, my brain. But right, what if this is the living room? And then we divide it right here. And that's a shenanigan room that is connected to the living room. And then down here, we can divide it right there. And then this can be the kitchen and dining. And then that could be a bedroom. And maybe we have space for some rooms over here. Yes, we do. So I mean, that can be a bathroom and that can be like an office or something. And that's a hallway. Sure. That's a nice layout. I'm going to do that layout. Good. So entryway, living room, shenanigan room, hallway, office, bathroom, kitchen, dining, bedroom. Boom. Beautiful layout. And now for the wallpaper and flooring. What are we going to go for today? I mean, I want this place to be a little bit woodsy, a little bit magical, but not too magical, but just a little bit. So what about this flooring? Yes, kind of too out the bat there, but I feel like that's a vibe, maybe. And then for the wallpaper, we could just go for this one for now. I'm probably going to change that up later. I probably will, and I am. But that for now, that's a good start. And now we're going to start with furnishing the entryway, because I felt like it. Alright, so for the entryway, I feel like I want a window right there as well. So it's not that empty. Oh, I have the wallpaper on the outside. That was not supposed to happen. But yeah, I feel like that's going to work with having a window over there. Then we need a door or an archway. I mean, what about something like that? Maybe that can work. Oh, and then a railing for the stairs so people don't fall down. Whoa. Then I'm going to delete that one. Boom, boom. Nice staircase. And then you know what? I'm going to change up the wallpaper. I am. What do we want to go for? Something magical, but not too out the bat there though. What about this? That could be kind of cute. Kind of liking that. I think I'm going to go for that for now. Okay. And now for the furniture. Oh my gosh, the furniture. So let's start off easy with the welcome mat. I'm going to place it right there. Whoa. And then we do kind of need some sort of table over there. So we could go for this one maybe in that color actually. And then we need some knickety knacks. And let's see, for the knickety knacks, I usually put up a light so that can be there. This is gonna be so ugly. I can already feel it. Wait, why do I have debug stuff in here? Hello? I don't have any mods on. Well, that's not good. Oh, yikes me. Alright, let's just ignore the debug. I don't know what I did there. I have no mods on. But alright, let's put up a ceramic unity jug. We're gonna place it right there. And what else do we want? Some owls. Beautiful. Truly beautiful. Alright, let's put up a clothing rack. I love my clothing racks. And I usually put that by the door. And you can't? Where can I put it? There. Well, that looks ridiculous, doesn't it? Where am I? What? Can I put it there? No. There? No. Oh, okay, we're not gonna have a clothing rack. The dream's crushed. What can I put up? What about a shoe rack? No? I can't put up a shoe rack. Put it up there. But that looks ridiculous. What about some normal shoes? Oh, that goes. Yeah, we're gonna have some normal shoes then. Just right there. Can I push it? Oh. And then maybe I can squeeze in one of these. Oh, that has to be up there. Well, that's ugly. Why can't it be there? Oh, it's gonna be up there then. And then an ugly curtain. Boom. Oh, yikes. Well, let's get in the painting right there. A good old nice old painting. And that can't go up there. All right. But what about this one? It has to be that high up. Gee. What about these ones? Okay, that works. For some unknowable reason. And ta-ta, ta-ta. That was the entryway. Isn't it beautiful? I can't put in any more stuff. Can I put in the chair? No, that's gonna look weird. Oh, well, that was the living room. I'm not gonna put up any curtains right there because I've tried a couple of times now and everything just looks ridiculous. All right, absolutely ridiculous. And now I'm gonna try to fix this debug situation because that was kind of annoying. So hold on, give me a minute. Alright, I'm back and I fixed it. Beautiful. We have no debug stuff no more. Whoa, whoa. Or at least I hope we don't. But anyways, problem probably fixed. And now we're going to move on to the living room. And what do we want for the living room? I mean, we need some couches. That we do indeed. So what about these ones? Oh, those are nice. They're a little bit too big and fancy for this kind of house though. But I feel like the person who lives in this house, they like to entertain. Bring all their friends over for a little cup of tea. Then we could have a coffee table in the middle with a little rug under there maybe. Oh, what rug though? Because, I can't size it up, can I? No, I can't. That could probably work, couldn't it? And then we're gonna have a fireplace over there. A big old one. What about that? Cute. I don't like that. But I think I want the couches to be in that color. That kind of fits better. And then for the coffee table, we could have this one. Boom. No more stuff. because if I put up any more stuff, it's gonna be super weird. Yeah, so we're just gonna have that one. And then maybe indeed for the shenanigan room over here, we need a big old door like this one. Just because I felt like it, really. I think it was inspired by the flooring, but we're gonna have that door there. And maybe we could even have a window over there. Let's squeeze that in. And then it would be nice with a little fire protection wall, but that's gonna be no good. Oh, yikes. I think the fireplace needs to be there, but that's not gonna work for our layout. Well, what are we gonna do then, people? Maybe the whole wall can just be a fire protection wall, because this lady had a fire one time and she said never again. All right, we're gonna have that wall. And then we're gonna have some curtains on that window. That might do, that might do. And then what are we gonna have on that fireplace, by the way? Maybe a bucket? No, that can't fit up there. All right. What about some books? That's gonna be on top of there, but I don't want that. I want it to be down there. All right. What about a plant? No, what can be on that fireplace? Gee, below. Somebody help me. Okay, what about this one? Okay, that fits. What else fits? Ooh, the helping hand. Sure, that's it. That's the fireplace and the kitchen eggs. And you know what? I do want some columns to separate that wall with that wall, you know? Oh, and you can't. I have never. Okay, then we're not gonna have a column, apparently. What else can we have? We could maybe have a table back there. I mean, sure, with something on that. Maybe a light. Could have that light. Ooh, and maybe a plant. No, can't put up more than one thing on that table. I see how it is. Well, there's a table, or table lamp movement. And I think behind that couch, we could squeeze in a little table, like so. Then I need to find some knickety knacks that can be on there. So what about a radio? Sure. Ooh, and that plant, that can be on there. And what about this thingy thing? Why is that all the way over there? What? No, I want you to be in the middle. Not back there. In the middle. Okay, you know what? That's just gonna be on the edge of the table. A perfect placement. And then on the bottom here, what if we have this incense thingy thing? And in the picture frame. I don't know. I can't find any more stuff that's gonna fit under there. What about some cards? No. This one? No. That? No, nothing fits. Well, that's on my little table. And then we can squeeze in the picture over there. And what about the tools of fire? Oh, that can't be there. Where can it be? There. That's such a weird placement. Can it be over here? No. All right, it's gonna be there then. Beautiful. I love it so much. I actually do. Okay, where can we put this plant? Well, we can squeeze it over there. Sure. Not that bad, actually. We'll have it there. And then I'm gonna put up a little picture collage. Or what about this one? And maybe that one right there. And can I squeeze in this one? Boom. I wish I could size them down a little bit. But you know, no mods. No mods. So we gotta do what we gotta do. But Johnny Depp is here. Boom. Watching over us. All right. And then in that corner, I would very much like to have a lamp. But can I squeeze it in? It can be right there. Oh. It's such a weird placement though. Because I would normally just squeeze it into the wall. Something like so. But you can't. You need to have it. There. Sure. Whatever. Moving on. What else can we have in this room? Oh, we could have a basket right there. That can be like almost into the brick door. I see how it is. But why can't the lamp be like that? Many questions of life. And then the curtain for that window. It's gonna be this one. I mean, it could be like so, but I feel like that's too much, you know? And I can't size it down either. So there you go. Or I could have this one. No, that does not look good. Can you be like a little bit up? Not that much. And I can't even raise it up because I don't have moveobjects. No, it's not gonna be that one. We're gonna have that curtain. I give up. But you knew that was the living room. Hey ho, hey ho. It's not that bad. It could have been a lot worse. I mean, the curtain over there. Do not look at that curtain. But everything else, it's all right. All right, now for the shenanigan rooms over here. And I feel like this shenanigan room can be a little chess room. My lady in the woods playing chess with her friends. Then I think on the sides here, we could have some bookshelves maybe. That's always cool and funky. So what about these ones? I'll up it down there on every side. Oh, not like that. What am I doing? There we go. Then we could even have some curtains over there. Oh, wow, me. What a room. And I don't think I can place in anything else. No, that's gonna be weird. Maybe I can place in the rug. Oh, yes, I can. I can have this rug with also that funky light in the ceiling. Boom, 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 boom. A shenanigan room. All right, so that was the living room, the top floor, all dandy up in here. Oh, and oh my gosh, I did not film this. Oh, I'm so sorry I did not film this. But what I did, it's not that exciting. I put up some columns on this part and some spandrels just to give it a little bit of support. So this part is not floating up in the air. That's it, really. You did not miss out on much, I tell you that. But here it is. And now we're gonna move down to the second floor, first floor, this floor. And what are we gonna begin with? Oh, I think we're gonna begin with the kitchen, people. That could be kind of cool. And what kind of counters do we want to go for today? I mean, we could go with that vibe, but no, not that one. Maybe just a horse ranch one because it's kind of low key, you know. We can have that there. Our beautiful counters. Then for the fridge, what do we want for the fridge? I mean, what about this one? That would take out not about that. Sure. Then for the stove, we could go with something fancy. So maybe that one in white. Ooh, that one. Okay, that's kind of cool. I'm gonna have that. And with the little sink also. And with that sink, we could indeed have a little window over there. And then maybe squeezing the window over there. Maybe, because we need some windows. Otherwise, it's just a big box with nothing. Okay, so it's gonna be like that. And maybe, yet again, maybe, we're gonna have some bricks behind the kitchen. For the kitchen walls. I mean, yeah, we can go for that. And then I'm also gonna put up my cabinets. What a lovely day. Boom, boom up in here. And yes, I chose the cabinets that are a darker color because that one was just too washed out. So there we go. And now for the kitchen lickety likes. Oh my gosh. I am actually scared. I am. What am I gonna do? Right. So first of all, we can put up a coffee machine over there. Oh my gosh, I so want to do my trick. I put the coffee machine on the counter and then just size the counter down and put it whatever I wanted. But no. Okay, we're gonna have the coffee machine over there. And what else are we gonna have? I honestly don't know. Alright, so I found some cute stuff that I kind of want to use. And now we just gotta place them. So the canisters, what if they are in the corner right there? Okay, that's not that bad. Then we can have like a plant over there. And these ones that can be over there. Beautiful. A teapot. That can be there. You look beautiful, my teapot. Absolutely amazing. And the other plant can be there. Sure. And then we have one counter free for all the counter nickety knack. Hey, yes. Do we have some soap, by the way? That can go on there. I need some soap. This one. Can that be on the sink? No, it cannot. All right. What about some towels over here? No. Wonderful. What about some pots and pans? If I just size that down, that can work. I'm gonna have that there. And then we can also plop in a curtain over there. What about this one? Or no, that looks ugly. What about that one? Oh, no. I can't lower it down. Please lower it down for Nora. And I can't raise it up either. Oh. Wait, I have a question. I have one question. So without the move objects on, you can size down stuff and make stuff bigger, but you can't raise them up. And what is that all about? I need to know. Okay, but we're gonna have that curtain. Boom, boom. And also maybe a hood, a stove hood. Oh, gee, Bali. You can't. Oh, well, that looks ridiculous. Absolutely not. I'm gonna have to think about that. Anyways, moving on. Moving on to the table. That's gonna be over here. And I think this table might do because I wanted to match. No, I wanted to not match that much. It's not all perfect, you know, because this is a woman in the woods. She don't have matching furniture. Oh, no, she does not. And then on that table, we can have this thingy-thing. Boom, boom, boom. With also a rug underneath there. Can I squeeze that in? Sort of like so. Yeah, okay. And then for over here, what can we have over there? Like, what's gonna squeeze in? Oh, that's gonna look weird. Well, what about a trunk of secrets? I can squeeze that in there. With a little one of those. And a pot. Then maybe we can have a hanging plant if you shall go. Come on, work for Nora. Get in there. Oh, I can see it working in one place. There we go. Yes. And then what about a little gramophone squeezed in there? Sure. It looks so weird when there's like a gap between the items, you know? It looks weird. All right, we're gonna be like that. Off you pop. And then we need a trash bin over there with maybe some cookery stuff on that wall. That can do. And then on that wall, what can we have on that wall? What about some herbs and spices? Boom. For this magical place. Up and that, my friends, was indeed the kitchen over here. Cute. I still need to think about that hood because that ruined everything. Literally. Oh, that can work, but that's too fancy. What about this? Okay, that can work. Ooh. You know what? I'm gonna have something like that. Problem fixed. Boom, boom. And by the way, can we have a column in that corner? No, we can't. Okay. Oh, moving on then. And I'm gonna move on to the bedroom over here. And that's kind of exciting, isn't it? I think so. Alright, so for this bedroom, we need a bed, of course. What type of bed are we gonna go for? Ooh. What about this one? The glamping wonder bed. Do they have that in a good color? Ooh, we can go for that one. That's kind of magical, isn't it? We get some nighttime table as well. Like maybe these ones. Oh my gosh, work. Absolutely not. There we go. I was scared there for a second. Oh, they're so far away from the bed. That's ridiculous. You have to walk a mile just to get your water bottle, you know? That's absolutely ridiculous. Well, alright, what about the lights? What lights do we want? I mean, oh, those are cute, aren't they? I'm gonna have those. And can I have something else on there? What about this bubble cup? No. What about some of these? No. Alright, nothing else, I guess. Nothing else. Now we're gonna move on to the dresser over there. And I want the magical dresser. Ooh, what about this dresser? I never really get to use that because it's kind of out in the back there, but I feel like this fits. We can place it over there maybe. There's a cool mirror over it. Ooh, I'm liking that. I mean, the furniture doesn't really match in color, but as I said, I don't want it to match. Excuses for not doing a good job. But what about the wallpaper? I mean, I think I want this type of wallpaper, but then, ooh, I have a plan. What if like this side of the room is a little bit dark and this side of the room, that's the light side. So if you have some yin and yang in here, I mean, sure, what an idea by Nora. And then for the Nicky Knacks on there, what can we have on there? What can we have? I mean, we can have this one, the sage candle tray. That fits for this vibe. And what else can we have? I mean, I have to be really picky about the stuff I'm gonna have on there because I can only have 2 items. Normally, I would fill this up with stuff, but now I can only have 2 items. So the pressure is sinking in. Oh, that would have been cool. Oh, that's gonna take up too much space. So much space. But alright, what about this cat plant? Boom, boom. And can I have like a picture frame on there? I mean, I can, but that looks ridiculous. Is it right in the middle? I think not. No, it's gonna be like that. And then I'm gonna place down a rug right there. Oh, by the way, can we have a little ottoman over there? We can squeeze that in. Hello? What about this one? No, we cannot squeeze that in. Where can it be though? There. there? Are you insane? Oh no. Okay, we can't have that apparently. All right, and then what are we gonna have above the bed? I mean, we could have a window right there. That could work. No, it could not work. Because it's right in the middle of the underground part and the actual house. So no, we're not gonna have a window. What can we have instead? Do we have like a painting? No, let's not have a painting. Let's have something magical. Something magical like a shelf. Whoa! With also some books and a box. No. This one? No. What can fit up there? Some shoes? No. This one? That doesn't make any sense. That? No. Oh, a bucket? No. Telephone? That doesn't make sense, Nora. Some dirty plates? No. Oh my gosh. Books? No. What am I gonna have up there? I mean, we could have this one. That fits up there. And the picture frame of a pair. Beautiful. Immaculate. And then what about this curtain? Yay! I mean, that is magical. I would love to maneuver that a little bit with tool mod, but I can't. So there you go. There's a freaking go. And can I place a plant over there? Can I scooch it a little bit? No. Oh, it has to be there. Right. I feel really defeated today. I do. But we gotta make the most of our situation. We got to. Boom. Alrighty, that was the bedroom for a witchy woman. Got the dark side over here. And some pictures of her family. And the light side. Cute. Alright, let's move on to the hallway. What can we do in there? Probably nothing. Alright, so first of all, let's put up our railing. So this one. That fits. Good. One problem down. A million to go. What else can we have in here? I mean, we could have a table over there, couldn't we? That can squeeze in. Do believe. What table are we gonna go for? What about this one? Kinda out and about there, but not really. I mean, sure, that fits for us. And then on that, what are we gonna have on that, people? We could have some books. That thing. Cuckoo, beautiful name. And what about a telephone? And oh my gosh, that looks so weird. I want to maneuver them around. The spacing. It's just so weird. It looks like a museum. Can I put up some? A mug? No. Sunscreen. A lump of coal? No. Alright, that's it. And then in that little hole right there, we could have a plant. Boom, boom. Beautiful plant. Then on that wall, we could have the little ghost shelf. Look, that is so cute. And then on that, we're gonna have some books. And this vase. Because they fit. So, there you go. And what else can we have in there? Really? I mean, we could have a radiator. And the light switch right there. With another light. And that thing over there. The good mojo macrame. And could I squeeze something over the staircase? No. We can have no pictures above the staircase. Oh, gee, believe. Alrighty then. That was our beautiful hallway. Beautiful as ever. Really, truly. I could put in a carpet. But that's just not gonna work. I want to size them up. I want to size them down. No. I'm gonna think about that. But we're gonna move on to the bathroom. Because I'm kind of excited for the bathroom. Why that is, I don't know. But for the wallpaper for the bathroom, need some good old tiles. And I think these might do. Love those tiles. And then for the floor tiles, I do kind of want to go for this one. It's a little bit dirty. Because, you know, it's a little bit of an old bathroom. She can't afford to renovate her bathroom every year. No, it's old and it's there. But anyways, let's begin with the sink situation first. And what do we want to go for? I mean, maybe this one. That fits this place. But I do not want two sinks for one woman. That's way overboard. So we can go with this one over there. And then for the bathtub, you can go for that one. But today, I feel like going for this bathtub. Kind of old, kind of out and about there. I mean, yeah, sure. We want a wooden bathtub. There you go. A wooden square bathtub even. And then for the toilet, we're gonna go with that one. Alright, and then for the knicky knacks, people. Ooh, the knicky knacks. And we're gonna start with the knicky knacks for this area first. And we need a good mirror. What mirror do we want to go for? Oh, that goes straight into the sink. And we can't raise it up. Oh, no. Okay. What about this one? Yeah, that works. Hey ho. And then alright, for the actual sink moment, what if we have a plant over there? And like some towels, maybe? Where did it go? Yeah, towels there. And could I perhaps squeeze in a soap? That looks ridiculous. I'm gonna go for that then. And then over here, we're gonna have some shelves with yet again some more knickety knacks. So let's see. What can we squeeze up there? We could have some toothbrushes and some of this maybe. Oh, that looks so weird. Holy moly me, that gap. Alright, what else can we squeeze up there? A hairdryer. Sure. Lots of lovely gaps in there. And what about this one? That's actually for the kitchen, but we don't care. That looks like bathroom stuff. And maybe some lotion. All the way into that corner. Beautiful. Stunning. Then could I squeeze in a towel over there? I could. Can it be over there? No. It needs to be down there. Okay. And then I think by the toilet, we're gonna have the shelf movement right over there with can this be on there? Oh, it can. I love that for us. I did not think that was gonna work, but thankfully it worked. Then on the toilet, we're gonna have a candle and the toilet roll. Oh, and also some toilet paper right there. Boom, boom. And then by the bathtub, I'm gonna put up my towels. And then maybe this too. Boom, boom. And then on the bathtub, what can we squeeze in there? Maybe some soap and a teen tiny plant. I mean, sure. Beautiful. I could not have asked for more, really. And that was indeed a very, very beautiful and lovely bathroom. And it is kind of lovely, you gotta say. I mean, the knickety knacks on that shelf, they got some huge old gaps. But other than that, it is kind of a cute bathroom. I approve. Oh, alright. Now we're gonna move on to the last room of this entire house. And that was gonna be the office. So let's start with that. But before I start with that, I'm gonna eat some lunch. So I will see you when I've done that. Bye-bye. And here I am, I'm back from lunch with my coffee, and now we're gonna begin with the office, alright? So for the office, what are we gonna do? I mean, I think for the wallpaper, I want to change up the wallpaper to maybe this one. I want it to be a little bit magical. And then what type of office is this gonna be? I mean, I think, ooh, guys, what if we go for the crystal creation stuff? I think that will fit this place pretty good. So we can go for this one, the gemology table over there. Do you need a chair for that? No, you do not. Alright, there's a table, and then over here, we can squeeze in a table to display some stuff, and then maybe even have some of these shelves popping up on there. Sure. I think that could be a vibe. Then what are we gonna have on there? Oh, we're gonna have that gemologist field box. No, that can't be on there. What if I scooch the shelves up a little bit, like so? Can that be on there? Okay, that can be on there. Then what about this box over there? And okay, so that shelf can be there, but not that one. I see how that is. All right. Well, what about this crystal thing in the middle? Beautiful. And what could be down there? Nothing. Oh, this little thing. Okay. Oh, I gotta find some more stuff to put on that. Hold on. Oh, I'm a mess today. Can you be on that? No. What about this? No. Books? No. This one? No. No. That can be on there, but that doesn't make any sense. Oh, I'm gonna be here all day. That can work, but again, doesn't make any sense. What about this one? No. No. Oh, I can have the egg. Oh, no. What about this? No. That one? No. Ah! What about the books? No. This one? No. A hat? This one? A box? Books? I don't know. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna scream soon. Well, alright, welcome back. I have looked through the entire catalog, and I find some stuff that can fit on there, and that also fits the style that we're going for. You know, very random stuff. I feel like this one, the Asian vase, that can be on top of there. And then we have this box over here, and that can be underneath there. And we can have like this over there, and then that on top of there. No, that can't be in the middle. That's kind of annoying. That's gonna be right there. And that magic ball, that can also be under there. And then, oh my gosh, can you be in the middle? Please, be in the middle. Okay, well, what about this one? That can be in the middle. That's absolutely ridiculous. What about this one? Perfect. That's our stuff. Isn't it beautiful? I love it so much. Okay, now onto this table over here. Can we find some knickknacks for that? Maybe. Okay, I found some stuff. Got the tarot deck that can be over there. And we have this box that can also fit on there. And this one. Okay, we have some stuff at least. Very uniform-like, but you know. Oh, and then this mortar thing. Yeah, that can be on there. And then for the curtains, what are we gonna go for the curtains? I want it to be a little bit magical, kind of whimsical too. So how about these ones? I mean, that can work. Sure. Then what else are we gonna have in this room? What can fit in here? I mean, oh, what about the smock rack? That can fit in there. And then this little board over there, squeeze right in. Then maybe this teeny tiny little painting. I mean, I would size that up a little teeny tiny bit, but I can't. So there you go. Then over on this wall, I want some messy old drawings. So there you go. And then this huge old one over there. It goes over the window, but that's okay. You know, I want it to be a little bit messy. And it would have been so cute with some postcards. But I can't put that in, can I? No. But what I can put in is a calendar. Boom, boom. There I go. And then right over there, I do want to put in a little lamp. But what can work? What about this lamp? Just squeeze. Oh, right there, I guess. Just standing there awkwardly in the room. Then we can have a stool over there. You know, in case she wants to sit and look at her jewelry over there. You know. Oh, then the piece of resistance, a rug in that color. And maybe some little splashes there and there to make it a little bit messy. We can have some there. And a splash over there. Come on. Yes, over there. And that was indeed her beautiful office room. Her gemology room. This is where she makes the necklaces and then sells it on the web. But how she sells it on the web, nobody knows because she doesn't have a computer. But she manages. She can do it on her phone. That's alright. But okay, that was the whole frickety house inside of it. Now we're gonna begin with the outside. Oh my gosh, I'm so scared. But alright, so first of all, we gotta tackle this problem right here. And hopefully you can see the problem. Do you see it? I kind of feel like Dora the Explorer right now. Can you see it? Anyways, the problem is the window. We got one window there and then a frick window over there. I did not think about this. That's horrible. Can we place in some more windows? No, we can't. We have a fireplace over there. I mean, we could have a window over there, but if I just take this window and remove the gosh darn painting and then place in the window, if I just place that right there, it's gonna look weird, isn't it? We just look at it from the inside. That's too many windows. I don't really think I like that. And we can't have a window there because of the bookshelves. Right. What are we gonna do then? Good question. But what I can do is put up my cutesy little bee window right on there, and I can't intersect with walls. Oh, that's not good. What can I do then? What if I put up the Hermit's Heaven shutter boxes and just pretend that we have some windows? I mean, that is a ridiculous plan. Can I put it up there too? I can. Well, okay, that looks kind of ugly, not gonna lie, but it's also the best that we can do in this situation. I'm gonna do that. And yet again, we are gonna hide this up with some vines and also some trees, so we can't see it that well. I wish I could size them down a little bit though, but that's too much. Whatever. Now we're gonna put up the vines on this house, and I am so nervous, actually, because let's see, let's put up my favorite vines. That barely works. Oh no! All right, what else do we have? I'm getting nervous now. What about these ones? Okay, that can work. And then we can pop it off with this one. That kind of of too uniform like though, aren't they? I want it to be a little bit scraggly. We can place in these ones and just mix and match them up, you know? Because that can be almost anywhere. All right, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put up my vines and I'm so nervous. It's probably not gonna look good, but I'm gonna try my best. And I will see you when I've done that. Hopefully you will see me when I've done that. And hopefully I will not have crashed out and cried everywhere. You know? What am I talking about anymore? I don't know. Gee, I'm done with my vines now. But there you go. My vines are up on this house. I got some vines over there. Managed to squeeze in some in there. And over here too. And oh my gosh, we got some over here too. And last but not least, my camera. What is happening? And last but not least, we got this trally thing. And look, you can even put this trally thing on the staircase. Like, look at that. I was amazed by that. And here we are. I'm not happy about it at all, by the way. Not happy. Like this right here, that was a nightmare. And I wanted to put up some vines around here as well, but I couldn't maneuver anything around. Look at this. And life is good, people. Don't question anything. It's kind of empty right there. I should put up some more right there, actually. Now that I think about it. And I couldn't even use my favorite vines. Good niche not. Oh, no, I gotta think about that, actually. And while I think about the vines, my good old vines, I'm gonna put up some plant boxes and some lights and stuff. We could have a plant box right there. I wish that I could size it up a teensy tiny bit more, but you know. Oh, and by the way, it's kind of cool that that vine right there goes over the shutter box. That's kind of fancy. I like that. We even got some details up in there, people. Wow. wow. We got some vines over shutter box at moments up in there. Whoa. Only on my channel, I tell you. That's where you find it. But alright, enough of that. I want a chimney on this house. And what chimney could work? I want it to be kind of skinny and I want it to be right there. Maybe not that one. We could go for this one. Oh yes. Storybook magical. And oh my gosh, you know what we need? We need some corbels to support this roof. Gonna plop them. Oh no, where can they be? Right there? I mean, that doesn't support anything. Can it be on the top? No. Well, you're supporting my hopes and dreams. That's what you're doing, Mr. Corbel. Good. I'm gonna put up some here too, if it can work. Come on, work. There we go. And then on this little outside area right here, I'm gonna plant a little plant pot. I don't know. I'm gonna have a plant right there. And also right there. Boop-a-bum. Has the quality of the game gotten better? I feel like there's something different about the light and like the details and stuff. Or is it just my computer that has gotten better? Mysteriously overnight. I don't know. Or maybe my vision has gotten better. Who's to say? Nobody knows who the culprit is. But hopefully it's my vision that's gotten better. That would have been good. But I don't think so. I think it's the game. But okay, enough of that. That was the exterior all done up. All around this house. Boom. And now we're gonna begin with the landscaping. And this is the part that I'm really dreading. Like seriously. Because first of all, we can't use debug. So there goes all my favorite plants. I mean, my gosh, there's almost no plants in here. We have almost no rocks. Beautiful. But yeah, with the little selection that we have, the placement is gonna be so difficult because look at this. It can be right there. And can I squeeze a plant behind that? No, I cannot. Can I squeeze a plant right there? Like just right there? No. I'm gonna lose my marbles. Can this plant be on that? No. Oh no. Just breathe, Nora, breathe. And while I breathe, I'm gonna do some sketching. We're gonna sketch this place out. We need to figure out what we're gonna do. So I think we're gonna have some plants right there and also some plants right there as well. And then from the staircase, we are gonna have a walkway to like maybe there. Gonna curve it a little bit. And then, ooh, maybe we could squeeze in a little pond right there with some rocks around it if I can do it. That might be a bad idea, but yeah. And then we are gonna have some trees right there to hide that ugly wall up. And then maybe we could have some plants over there and some shenanigans over here maybe. I need to figure that out. We have lots of space over there, you know. And we can have like a tree over there. That's always good. And then in the back here, we are gonna have some shenanigans. Maybe a little workbench or something. And some more plants over here maybe. Yeah. I think that could be a plan. And then wrap it all in the fence. With even some little shenanigans right there. Maybe a bench. Cool. I think we're gonna do that. Alright, let's do it for real this time. And I'm so nervous actually. I'm really nervous. Ooh, okay. Well, first of all, we are gonna have some trees right there to hide up the ugliness. And usually I would go for these sort of trees, but I think those are a little bit too fancy. So what can we use? I mean, oh, what about these ones? Plop them down there. You know what? That works. I'm gonna do that. And then we are gonna fence this place in. So I think we're gonna start the fence kind of like so, maybe. It would have been cool with the debug fence all broken up, but not today, people. Not today. But that's the starting point. And then we were gonna have a walkway from there to there. And usually I would use my debug as stepping stones, but I can't. But luckily, we have these ones. And let's see how that goes. Yikes me. How am I gonna do this? I can't even size them down properly. Oh no. I mean, well, okay, it's gonna be like that. Not too bad, people. And I'm also gonna do a little bit of this shenanigan. Like so. And then I think from this point and back to here, we're gonna have a little walkway. Teeny tiny one. Sort of like that. That can indeed work. And then, alright, now for the plants. Now for the frick plants. So we can have this one right there. there, maybe. Then one, oh, I want it to be there, but we can have it right there, maybe. And then my favorite plant over there. Oh, this looks horrible. Absolutely horrible. Save us, Mirak. Oh, that has to be there. I'm gonna crash out soon. What can I do? What about this plant? Oh, that can be anywhere. Wait, hold on. Why can this plant be anywhere, but not the other plants like this one? That can't be anywhere, but this can. All right, you saved it there. You're gonna be right there. Beautiful. And I'm gonna put my mailbox right there as well. Boom, boom. I mean, I would have had my mailbox right here, but I can't, apparently. So it's gonna be there. Then I'm gonna put up some of these over here, because that's the only thing that works. Here you go. And then right here, we also need some plants. So I'm gonna put up this one. And then what about this one in the middle? Oh, come on. Please work. Work for Nora. Right there. Magic gold. Oh, can we save this? What if I put up these plants? That little cat over there? I mean, that is absolutely awful. Because usually I would mix it up with this plant underneath there. And also some rocks and stuff. But I can't. I can't. It looks ridiculous. And where am I gonna put my trash bin? Usually I put it out here, but I can't. What about right here? Sure. That's gonna be right there with this plant. Come on. Get in there. Somewhere. There you go. With a little rock by the trash bin. No. No. Okay, you're gonna be there then. It looks so bad to me. Because I can't put it where I want it to be. But you know, I'm now gonna make my pond. And please somebody pray for me. Oh, if stuff start. Oh, it disappeared. Oh no. But anywho, there's my pond. I'm not gonna fanoodle anymore with this pond. Because I'm afraid that stuff is gonna disappear. I'm just so afraid. But now I'm gonna try to put up some rocks and frame it in. Oh, and that works. I did not think that was gonna work. All right. I mean, it doesn't look as good as with debug rocks and tool mod, but I'll take it. Okay, I will take that gladly. That's very cute. And have you even changed up the water and put in the lily pad? Can I put in this just right by the edge? No, I cannot. Okay, I cannot. Well, that's our beautiful pond. What else can we do? I can put up a tree right there with a little rock back there and some other plants. Come on, squeeze in. Squeeze in. Come on, I believe in you. There we go. Awful, but good enough for now. And then we need something there. Some teeny tiny plants, but that's not gonna work. That can be over there. I want some teeny tiny plants just popping out from the ground. Oh, no, you know what? We're just gonna have rocks there instead. I can't deal with that. No, absolutely not. Not today. But anyways, back here, we are gonna have a flower arranging table because, you know, they have been making those flowers everywhere she goes. And I'm also gonna pop down this tree, the bird tree, and some more pots and pans. Pots and pans. Just pots. If you can stick in there. Come on. There we go. And then right there, we can have some flowers. Maybe some more pots over here. No, come on. There we go. And G by Joe, you guys. I managed to squeeze some stuff in here. Truly magical, that is. And then I feel like right by the fence, we can have the lavender bush. Come on, squeeze. Oh no. Come on, squeeze. 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 You could be right there. All right. And then maybe some rocks. Just right. Come on. Right there. Oh, yeah. Gonna be right there. And then parallel to that bush, we are gonna have a bench. And then what about this rock? Boom, boom. A chair moment. And then, okay, we need some more bushing moments over here. So what if we start off with a nice old flower bush? Then, oh, come on. Go under there. I want you to be under there. Come on. Oh, all right. You're gonna be there. Then I'm gonna plop down this one. Oh my gosh. Right there. Come on. That would have been beautiful. Plop down. Plop down. Oh, can you be there? No? Where can you actually be? You can be there. Well, look at that huge old gap. Where can you be, Mr. Plant? You can be there. Well, look at that huge old gap. What? Somebody. Plop down. No, that looks awful. Okay, well, what about right here? What about this bush? Can I plop that down? Oh, that can actually work. Then if I just have this one. No, that looks awful. Why can't you be over there? Oh, no, actually not. No, I'm going home. I'm already home, but I'm going somewhere. I don't know. All right, I'm back. I took a little break. Almost had a mental breakdown. But I'm back again, and we're gonna try this again. What if I have this plant? No, breathe, Nora. Actually breathe. It has to be over there. But that looks ridiculous. I want it to be squeezed. I'm actually gonna start crying. Okay, well, you know what? Absolutely not. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take this fence and plop it over here and take this fence in, and I'm gonna call it a day. You, my good sir, you are not part of the garden anymore. No, she could only afford this part, not the whole lot. She couldn't afford that, all right? So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna plop down the for sale sign so somebody else can buy that plot of land because I'm not dealing with that anymore. Not today, not ever. No, somebody please buy that part. I'm not gonna do that. Absolutely not. Well, relax, Nora, relax. We're gonna pretend that that never happened. What are we gonna have over here, people? Maybe we can have this little bush over there. You know our favorite bush in this moment of time, and some rocks over there. Come on. Oh my gosh, please squeeze in. Beautiful. And then we're also gonna have some teeny tiny plants over there with this lavender bush. Squeeze in, and maybe a rock. Boom, boom. Oh, and then I know what we can have right here. We're gonna have a wash tub, and then we're indeed gonna have a clothing line. Za 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 za. And that, me friends, that was the build. Do not look at the other part. No, no, no. It's just this. It's just this. It's not that part. We're not talking about that part. No, no, no. I was about to crash out. out for real. This was the build and it was horrible. I did not like it for 1 second. I mean, you can barely do anything without the move objects and tool mod. You can barely do anything. What the heck? But actually, heck. Alright, you roll. You know what it's time for right now? Oh, it's time for a frickety frackety house tour. So strap yourself in because a horrible house tour is starting now. But before I do that, I'm gonna change out the owl statue to something cooler because that was horrible. So what if I take these books and I plop something on there? I mean, I don't know if that looks better or worse, to be quite honest with you. Maybe not. What about these magazines and just plop that on there? I mean, the swimming catalog is not really what this lady is all about, but that looks a little bit better, doesn't it? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do that instead. And this stack of stuff, I'm gonna place that down right there. We have some mess, you know, a little bit of mess. Okay, now I'm gonna start the house tour. And wow, look at us go. This is the house, the front of the house. It's not that bad. Janu has all the side, and we shall forget about that plot of land that is not existing to us. No, it doesn't exist. And then we got another view up here. Wow. And let's go to the back of the house, a little pathway, and the shenanigan moment. Boom. Beautiful-ish. Okay, well, let's go inside. Go up a little staircase up here. And let's walk inside. I'm scared. Okay, so here's the entryway. Wow. And the other side of the entryway. Oh my gosh. Gee, it's empty. But then, if we walk into the living room, and that is not bad, people. Hello? It's not that bad. With the other side over here, some pictures, got the fireplace and everything. Kind of cute, kind of cozy. Put a little table over there. And yes, I gave up with finding more stuff to put down there. I gave up. But there we go. And then we got our shenanigan room, aka the chest room, with all the bookshelves and whatnot. Alright, let's walk downstairs. Downstairs into the basement we go. And here we have the beautiful hallway in all its glory, people. And there's a light up there that's not supposed to be there. Okay, that's embarrassing. And then in here, we got the bedroom with the light side and the dark side. Dun. But then in here, we got the kitchen with our very minimal nickety knacks. And also the dining nook over there with our beautiful stuff back there. Oh, what a kitchen. But right, let's get all into here. And that is the bathroom, our cute old bathroom. And this is actually cute, except for the shelves over there with all the gaps between them. Other than that, pretty cute bathroom. I like it. And then for our last room over here, whoa, we got our office, our kind of magical office with all the shelves. Oh my, there's almost no stuff on those shelves. But yeah, the office could have been a lot better, but I did what I could. And yay, that was all the rooms. And here is an overview of all the rooms. So we got the first floor or the second floor, and then also the second floor, the first floor down here. Yeah, and bada bing, bada boom, that was a house, people. And now it's time for the outro. And this is indeed the outro. Welcome. If you for some reason want to download this house, you can. It is up on my gallery, and my gallery ID is JustNoraGaming. And I would actually recommend to download this house because this is actually playable. So watch out, people. What? Okay, anyways, don't forget to like, subscribe because it really does help me out. So thank you. But only if you want to. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye. Oh, and also don't forget the summer sale. Don't forget it because you're gonna save some money. Yeah. Well, anyways, goodbye.